Welcome back to the Charlotte Hornets MyNBA, everybody. Today, we're set up to have a Christmas Day showdown with the Brooklyn Nets, but we're going to take a quick look at the standings. Your Hornets, pretty promising start to the year as far as Charlotte goes, sitting at the 11 seed. We're looking to make a fight for that 10 spot. Hopefully, a push for the 8 or 9 seed. As of right now, it's looking like the 7 and up is going to start pulling away, so we are really pushing for 8 through 10. Those spots are relatively close right now. You see the Pacers and the 76ers fighting each other for the first seed there in the Eastern Conference. Over in the Western side of things, we've got the Thunder and the Rockets also with an impressive outing so far. A couple of rivals there. The Rockets are 2 games back from that 1 seed that the Thunder currently hold. As you can see, here's where the rest of their conference stands. A couple of surprising ones. Nuggets not doing great. Timberwolves not doing great. Lakers and Clippers, as always, very, very bad in 2K, especially 1 year out. And I can't even say that it's because they have a bad roster. The Lakers still have their same roster they normally have. They've added some good vets. They've got an okay bench. I mean, nothing crazy. Alec Burks is there. He played really well for the Knicks there in that Indiana Pacers series last season. They've got a young guy like Max Christie who should probably be getting minutes at this point. Jalen Hood-Schifino should be getting some minutes, I would imagine, at some point at 21 years old. He's a bit of a project player, but, man, they're just doing really bad. LeBron is old. He's probably getting to the near end of his career. And, yeah, the Lakers not doing good. They're probably going to be looking to get into a rebuild, so that's going to make them an interesting target come in the offseason as a team that could maybe be poachable if we could take a guy like Anthony Davis off of their hands and bring in AD as a veteran presence. Same thing with the Clippers. They've been bad. They've also been missing Paul George the entire year at one point as well. Kawhi Leonard was injured. So this team's just old. They just are injury prone. Not all that surprising that they're not doing well this year because they definitely need to finally just hit that reset, rebuild button. But unfortunately for them, they don't have a lot of young talent. So right now, they're in a pretty bad space as far as, rebuilding goes because they're late in this stage of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George's career. They just re-signed Paul George, and now they're not even close to the play-in tournament. So that is a big problem. But we're going to go ahead and head down to the court here in Brooklyn. The Nets are starting Schroeder, Ryan Dunn, a late-round pick there for the Nets, Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson, and Nicholas Claxton. So a pretty common lineup for the Nets, but they did add Ryan Dunn, who is a rookie, but he's been pretty impressive so far, especially for a guy who was drafted at the spot he was drafted. Not expected to come in, and be a day one starter, but he's done a good job really with what he's been given. As we will see the jump ball here between Mark Williams and Nicholas Claxton, and it is going to go to Brooklyn. As we're underway here in the Spectrum Center, the Hornets are fighting for a play-in spot here about halfway through the season as they're going to start out. Dennis Schroeder lets it fly, and he strings that one from deep. So the Hornets defense struggles against guards. Guards tend to have a feast against this defense, so we're going to be looking to get a bunch of defensive looks on Dennis Schroeder, especially because he is not considered a star, so we cannot let Dennis Schroeder just absolutely destroy us as we see Trey Mann turn it over. Schroeder in transition. Wanted to pull up again. It looked like instead they're going to go to Bridges now. They're going to settle the offense down. Let's run a play here. Dennis Schroeder at the top of the key. He's going to fire out Ryan Dunn. Unopened 3, and it's good. Unopened, I should say. An open 3, uncontested. As the Nets now starting quickly early on today. They are getting this offense going. A lob to Cam Johnson as they take an early lead here, 10-4. They are up by 6 now early in this first quarter. Mikal Bridges off to the races. He's going to drive straight on Brandon Miller. Good contest by Mark Williams and Miller combined. Able to get that stop. LaMelo crosses up Bridges, pulls up, stops, and dimes right through the basket. Beautiful shot there from LaMelo. Ben Simmons now driving. He's able to hit a layup here about late in this first quarter. A little under 3 minutes remains. As we're going to see a couple of backups in now for the Hornets. Stefan Cassell, the number 1 overall pick, is there. He's being guarded by Ben Simmons. A tough matchup today for Cassell as he just throws a lazy pass and turns it over. Now they've got a Jalen Wilson driving, pulls up, hits the mid-range jumper. And they are now up by 11. As this has been a perfect quarter for this Nets team. They have been unstoppable on offense, and this Hornets defense needs some help to get these stops. They're going to go to Bridges. Bridges is going to kick it out to Jalen Wilson. Had a good rookie year. Now he's going to shoot the contested three. No good. Sharp with the rebound. Back out to Simmons. Simmons, you're going to be able to leave him wide open now. Dorian Finney-Smith goes to Bridges. Back to Wilson. Spin move. Wilson can't get open. They're going to go to Simmons, who has to settle for the long jumper. Good defense now as Bryce McGollins gets the rebound. Stephon Cassell parts the Red Seas and throws it down. A ferocious slam, 28-19. As we're now in the final 20 seconds of the first quarter. Simmons in the Nets. An impressive showing for one of the teams later in the play-in tournament, or right now are in the play-in tournament. A good job by Cassell on Simmons. Now they're going to ditch it to Bridges. Last second three is good, as he drains it at the buzzer, and the perfect quarter comes to an end for the Hornets, up 31-20 now at the beginning of this second quarter. LaMelo's going to snatch that one out of the air. He was reading Ben Simmons' eyes. Melo up ahead to Cassell, down to Richards. And a good job there, turning defense into offense for LaMelo Ball. That one is deflected away from Dennis Schroeder. Melo, he's going to drive. He's going to hesitate. Now he's driving again. Up and under. Scoop layup is good. And LaMelo's got 10 here in this first half, as he's done a good job scoring so far. They just can't get a stop. So I am happy to see LaMelo right there, able to get that offense going and turning defense into offense. Back-to-back plays now, 39-31. LaMelo goes to Cassell. He's going to do a nice job, change of direction, up through the contact. And Stephon Cassell, 7 on the day for the number 1 overall pick. Now Kyle Filipowski, the rookie out of Duke, is going to back down Trey Mann. Instead, he gets it to Dunn, who's left open. And just like that, the Nets respond to a bit of a run from the Hornets now, making it 44-35. Now Dennis Schroeder drives, contested, good. Oh man, this Nets offense does not seem to miss right now. We're going to have to string together some stops if we want to hope to get back into this one. We're going to see Trey Mann running a two-man game with Miles Bridges. It's tough when Ben Simmons is in the game because you can't really get a mismatch there at the point guard position. Brandon Miller letting it fly from the left corner. I guess I could say the left wing. He was kind of out of the corner at that point, but he hits that three now. Ryan Dunn driving. Little float game is weak there. Now we're going to get it ahead. Stephon Cassell running past everybody, up and through the defense coast to coast as he gets that layup to fall. Nice little run there for the Hornets. 46-40. Dunn up and over. Misses again. Oh, left-handed push shot. Can't fall for Dunn. We're going to see Bridges now. Gives it back to LaMelo. Melo, Schroeder guarding him, up around the screen, left open, wide open, three is good, as Melo drains the perimeter shot, and now it's just a three-point ball game here. About 30 seconds left. Ryan Dunn misses the free throw. He had a chance to tie it or bring it back down to 4. This time, Brandon Miller hits the corner three off the feed from LaMelo, who passes up the open layup to kick it to his teammate there. And we're going to go into the third quarter all knotted up. So a good job by the Hornets. Get back into this one now. LaMelo can't be guarded by Schroeder. They're going to have to change teams or defensive assignments there, because they cannot expect Dennis Schroeder to be guarding LaMelo all game long, as we see Ryan Dunn knock down another three. He has 9 points, shooting 43% from the field. So a good game for the rookie, who, for being honest, probably shouldn't even be starting. So I've been fairly impressed with how he's played, as we're going to see LaMelo now wanted to settle for the three. Instead, they are going to respond with a Miles Bridges dunk there on the pick and roll. He's got 6.6 rebounds now. Brandon Miller tried to get an open three. They're going to reset with LaMelo being guarded by Cam Johnson. Now they're going to go to Trey Mann. Mann's going to go around, give it to LaMelo. Guarded by Johnson still. Mark Williams sets the screen. Melo step back three is good. And the Hornets have extended this one now to 8 points on the lead here so far in this third quarter. The Nets don't know what hit him. Ryan Dunn trying to get the layup. Tough one. Still falls. He can't seem to miss today. The rookie is having an outstanding showing. LaMelo goes to Miles Bridges. Wide open three. Can't get it to fall. Mikal Bridges now instead gets the rebound off to the races. Bridges now driving on Melo. He's going to get a good screen from Claxton, hitting the three. That's going to cut it back down to 4. As that missed 3 from Miles Bridges is definitely a lot more tough than you would expect, as we see Melo miss another 3. A quick shot in the shot clock is going to lead to a slam from Simmons as they went up the court fast. And Ryan Dunn will get credited with the assist on that one. So the Nets able to cut it down to 2 here. About midway through the third, a little over halfway through the third quarter, actually. Miles Bridges, a good cross-court pass. Trey Mann lets it fly. He's got his first bucket of the night. He has not had a big night tonight, just 3 points after that three-point shot. Coincidentally, we see Ben Simmons misses the tough contested layup. Trey Mann across to Bridges. Bridges driving, good defense. They're going to go out to LaMelo. LaMelo, good 3. Late contest, and it's too late. LaMelo hits it. And now a 75-69 ball game. Final minute of the third. Cassell, McGowens can't get it to fall. Good defense by the Nets there at the buzzer. They're going to run up the court. Cam Johnson, heavily contested, hits the shot. So they have this one up to 4. Heading into that fourth quarter now, as the Nets are trying to get back into the game. They are having a tough offensive showing after that first quarter. They're going to look to Kyle Filipowski. Can't hit the mid-range jumper. That's not necessarily his game, a moving mid-range jumper. Instead, LaMelo with 28, 3, and 6. Let's see if we can get him a triple-double tonight. LaMelo's going to go to Cody Martin. Martin off the screen. Moving 3. You don't see that much from Kmart. We can't really call him that because his name starts with a C, so we're going to call him C-Mart now. Stephon Cassell's going to drive, kick it down to Nick Richards. Good job by the big man to carry or gather that pass and get the shot up. Grant Williams, another 3, and the Hornets are just pouring it on now after it was cut to 4. They are up by 8 right now, and it is looking dangerous for the Nets. They are responding, but how long can they do that? One of these teams has to get a stop eventually. Simmons goes to Bridges. You don't really have to worry about Simmons on the perimeter, so they're not worrying about that. Cody Martin snatches it out of the air. LaMelo up ahead of everyone, and that is an 88-78 ball game. A 10-point lead, make it 12 now for the Hornets. The Nets are struggling right now. Bridges gets stripped by Cassell. Stephon Cassell off the backboard to himself, and he throws it down. What a show of athleticism for the first-year rookie, as he snatches it off on defense from Mikal Bridges, outruns him, and lobs it to himself off the backboard. That is amazing concentration. Ryan Dunn finally responds for the Nets. They're going to cut it back down to 10 now as he hits the contested 3. And the Hornets offense has went volcanic in this fourth quarter. Trey Mann looking for an open shot. Had it for a second. Instead, they're going to go to Cassell. Good job by Ben Simmons cutting him off. They're going to have to get a move on right now. Final seconds of the shot clock. Brandon Miller. Mikal Bridges guarding him. Miller gets open. Good screen. And a good shot from B. Miller as he hits that one. Now Dennis Schroeder's 3 can't fall, and the Nets can feel this one slipping away from him. 102-85. LaMelo through the contact. 36 and 7 assists on the night with 3 rebounds as well. LaMelo is showing out. 16-point lead for the Hornets. Cam Johnson, good double team. Now he gets it to Schroeder, and he drains the 3. That is a big shot now. We're going to see Miles Bridges down to Mark Williams. Williams pumps and slams. And this Hornets offense will not stop fighting as they are up 112-97. LaMelo, final seconds, drains the dagger. And if it wasn't over, folks, it's over. LaMelo calls game right there. 45, 3 and 7 as he's going to guard Schroeder. Schroeder a little fading away floater. Can't get it to fall. And they look like they want to push this still. LaMelo looking for 48. Step back. Hits the 3. Can he make it? No, he can't. So, unfortunately, LaMelo's going to be stuck at 45. But, man, that is still an amazing showing for LaMelo Ball in this Hornets offense. I was worried at the beginning there They were really struggling. We couldn't get this offense going consistently. We couldn't get a score, any of our scores going, but LaMelo finally got going. 45, 3, and 7, as well as 4 steals. He did have 5 turnovers, but we can limit that. Hopefully, Brandon Miller only shot it a couple of times, but he had 20 points. Stephon Cassell continues his excellent, and I mean excellent, rookie campaign here with another magnificent game. And starting to question whether we should stick him in the starting lineup. He was 5 of 7 from the field. He doesn't shoot threes, but he still had 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists with 2 steals as well. Man, we just shot so much better than the Nets today, and it showed on offense and defense eventually. Ryan Dunn, I was really impressed with him. 19, 1, and 5 for a second-round pick. That's a really nice pickup there for the Brooklyn Nets. Now, unfortunately, I have some bad news as far as this season goes. I was anticipating to have a trade deadline episode out next episode. After this, I was going to go ahead and record it and everything. And the trade deadline was on February 6th, so we were going to play this game against the Spurs, and we were going to have a trade deadline. But for some reason, when I was at February 5th, the game got rid of trades. The pop-up came and asked me if I wanted to stop at the trade deadline coming from February 5th to February 6th. I said yes, it stopped. I went in to get the gameplay for the Spurs game, and it stopped allowing me to make trades. So, unfortunately, we are going to miss the trade deadline in our first year. I was looking to make some okay moves. I was going to probably trade out Grant Williams or a couple other guys. And Cody Martin also got injured during the simulation, so we're having a couple guys play over him. But unfortunately, yeah, Cody Martin's out. We can't get a trade deadline to go. But if you're interested to see, there were some trades that actually went on. Some pretty big ones around the league. Christian Wood heading to the Clippers. The Bucks are trading for Luke Kennard and are trading for Christian Wood and Frank Kaminsky, and they're giving up Luke Kennard and AJ Green. That's really going to help the Bucks out because Brook Lopez is injured right now. Kyle Kuzma is going to San Antonio for Keldon Johnson and Trey Jones, as well as Corey Kispert. The Spurs are trying to get Wembanyama some help. Norm Powell is going to New York. Bojan Bogdanovic is going to the Clippers. Jordan Clarkson is now on the Miami Heat. That one's a good trade there for the Heat. The Spurs made another move. They were able to pick up Max Strus in return for Zach Collins and City Sissoko. The Raptors gave up Jakob Poeltl for Nikola Vucevic in a second-round pick. This was probably the biggest one here. The Rockets, a top team in the Western Conference, got Jeremy Grant and Gabe Vincent. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at these standings. Let's see where everybody stands here. The Cavaliers at 38 and 15 now. Magic at 33 and 17. We are the 8th seed now after simulating. So yeah, we went on a bit of a run. As you can see, this is how it's looking around the Eastern Conference. So went on an impressive run. The Cavaliers have kind of taken over in the Eastern Conference. They're 5 games ahead, or 3.5 games ahead of second place, and 6 games ahead of third place. And this is their roster. They brought in Kelly Oubre from a trade. They brought in Zach Collins from a trade. Pretty much outside of that, they've got some young guys, but they've got the same roster. Craig Porter Jr. is playing. They're an impressive team for where they're at right now. Western Conference, we still see the Thunder leading the way. They brought in James Wiseman. They've got the same roster outside of Wiseman. Yeah, pretty much the exact same roster there. They do have DeMar DeRozan, but he is injured right now. So I did forget that they made a trade for DeMar DeRozan to come in and play that small forward spot alongside Jalen Williams. The Rockets have been playing really well ever since they made the move. They brought in OG Anunoby in the offseason. They brought in Jeremy Grant. They've been really good since that move there. That's where the rest of the Western Conference stands. And now we're just looking at a couple of months before the play-in tournament would start. And yeah, we are currently in it. Next episode, we'll be taking on the Cavaliers. Obviously, they're the number 1 seed. So I want to get a crack at that number 1 seed and see how we perform against them. Because if we're in the play-in tournament, we're potentially looking at playing the Cavaliers in the first round of the playoffs. So, yeah, I definitely want to get a good look at them. And, yeah, scouting-wise, we're going to have a recruit showcase coming out. Or I should have one coming out soon that I'm going to be working on. as soon as this video goes up, so look forward to seeing that. If you'd like to make a recruit or a prospect, go ahead and reach out to me and talk to me in the comments down below, and we can definitely set that up to get you guys involved in this series. As always, I hope you all enjoyed. We're going on a bit of a run here to get to March 9th, where we play the Cavaliers. Contract extension deadline closes, so we're going to stop there and see if there's anybody else that we want to re-sign. But as always, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you never want to miss an upload on this channel. I'm excited to continue moving on with this series. I know it's a little inconsistent, but with work and all that, it gets busy. So I thank everybody that's just been sticking around, and hope each and every one of y'all are enjoying these videos that I'm uploading. So thank you all for being here, and I'll catch you next time.